Hello, hello, hello. This is David for Elizabeth Craft Designs. I'm trying to find... Oh, there they are. Trying to find the comments. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. There we go. I need to see this because otherwise I don't know what I'm doing. Yep, you go there. And you go there. And then we've got the YouTube comments. There, everything is up and running. I think I'm live. Let me see. Yes, I see some people coming in. Hi, Vicky. Good to see you. And we should be streaming live to YouTube as well. So everybody over there, welcome. As I said, this is David for Elizabeth Craft Designs. And I'm going to see if I can find myself here, because that's always a good check whether things are working, yes or no. So it's 4 o'clock in the Netherlands. So let me see. It's 8 o'clock in Denver, quite early morning. There we go. Yes, I'm there. I'm there. Comments are coming in. I don't see anyone on YouTube yet, but maybe that's something is not going right. Let me check. I can see that. Are we live here? Yes, we are. Okay. Brilliant. Let me go back there. Somehow my computer... Yeah, there we go. I'm putting the mouse away. Don't touch anything. It should be working. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. It's Coffee and Craft. And to be honest, it's not coffee or tea for me because it's so bloody hot here in the Netherlands. The last time I checked, it was 33 degrees outside in my garden. And in my craft room, I'm pretty sure it's way more than that. So it's water and craft today. Anyway, that's fine. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Anki. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Nicole. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm not sure the people on YouTube are commenting, but I'm not seeing anything coming in. Could well be a bug somewhere. So yeah, 8 o'clock in Alberta as well. It's early morning for you guys over there. But yeah, here it's late afternoon, 4 o'clock, and hot. Hot. So that's why I'm using water instead of coffee. So good to see you. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Anya. Hi, Sherry. Hello, hello, hello. Well, I'm going to be working on some fun things today. Coffee and Craft is not about technique. It's not a tutorial. It's just about crafting and chatting a bit with you guys. And see how everybody's doing. Hi, Janet. Good to see you. So, yeah, I'm going to play a bit. I've got some coloring to do, but I will explain that. Let me switch the cameras around. There we go. If there's anyone watching on YouTube, could you place a comment, please? Then I know it's working because it's quite quiet over there. So I'm not sure that's streaming well, but we'll see. I'm not going to start over. My PC is not... Anyhow, there we go. Our YouTube is working. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you for that. I can let that go now. Then, okay, let's switch the cameras around. I've already done that. Here we go. This is what I've been working on last week during the live. Hi, Hans. Hi, Tim. Yeah, also water, right, Nicole? It's too hot. So this turned out so beautiful. It was a fun technique build. Oh, hi, Sandra, over on YouTube. Technique packed live this, and I'm going to finish this today. And I've got some decorating to do. So let's get started with that. So I've got the tags here that I created last week. I'm going to finish those. And I've got all sorts of things stamped. Then I heat embossed them with clear embossing powder. So I stamped with black, heat embossed them with clear embossing powder, and I'm going to color these now. These are all from the In the Garden release. Hi, Elsa. Hi, Joyce. So I'm going to do some coloring, and I'm going to use the Elizabeth Craft Designs watercolors for some, but I want to experiment as well because I've got something new, and I've used the watercolors to create all of these. But I'm going to be playing with this. This is a set by Lindsay's. It's been in my craft room for ages, and I don't know. Let's try out how that works. Oh, these are they're closed, David. They're closed. Typical, right? How are they closed? That's the... Let me see. There we go. So what I'm going to do, I love these sort of powders, you know that. I love these pigment powders, all sorts of. The bucket. Maybe depending on what ink you used, Vicky. But I can show you in a second. Bear with me. Vintage Caravan Caramel. Okay, interesting color. We'll see. So I've got that onto my little block here. So I'm going to pick up some of that color with my brush, and I'm going to color the wheelbarrow. Oh, that's pretty color. Pretty vintage brown. Now, because I did that stamping with the embossing powder, it's going to resist. And if you saw the live, that was all about an emboss resist. This is the same technique, but just with pigment powder. So, oops, coloring outside of the lines. Well, I don't mind. So let me clean up my brush. Get a piece of paper. These magicals, I don't know. Yeah, magical shaker set. Hi Ivor, good to see you. Hi Martina, good to see you. So, I made a boo-boo. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some water on and dab off the color. So that makes it less obvious. So I'm going to pick up some more color. Hi Katie, good to see you. And just so that's that. That's done. Now, what I did with the bucket, I stamped this on design paper. This is a piece of paper, rusty paper from the Rustic Winter paper pack, and I love the look of that. Hi, Klaska. But I am going to give that a bit of color, just to shade it a bit. Make it look more roundish. So I'm just going to wash out that color. So there you go. You can also color on design paper, which is really cool because you get the texture of the design paper coming through. There. See that? It's got way more dimension instantly. But it looks like a rusty bucket. Now, someone was asking about the rusty bucket, so bear with me while I grab a block. The bucket, right? How I stamped that so well? Well, I used versifying ink. Make sure you've got the juicy ink pad. Just tap, tap, tap the ink. Make sure there's way enough ink on there. The color without liquid. Well, it's a powder, so that doesn't work. You need to add a liquid, Tim. Or Brandy. I don't know who's there. Piece of paper. So, inked up. and I just press it down fairly. That's what I do. Hi, Linda. And it stems beautifully. So I'm not sure. I hope that helps. So that's 1, 2 elements done. Okay, this color can go, right? Yes, for now. I'm curious to use the other ones. So this is sort of a grayish color. And so let's try that. So how's everybody doing? I know in the Netherlands we are baking. It's really, really hot. This is flickering fairy lights. Interesting. And then I've got another color here, which is called Gypsy Soul Slate. So I'm going to make a combination of the two. So I've got a lot of coloring to do. And I just thought I will finish that all off with you guys together. So, oh, that's an interesting color. And this? Oh no, I've blended the two. That's not good, David. Oh well. I wanted the grayish color anyway, so that's good. Pure user error that was. So I like that. Hi, Anita. You're welcome, Vicky. Don't press too hard. Make sure you've got a juicy ink pad. And yeah, make sure you're using a good ink. Sounds weird, but distress ink doesn't stamp that nicely. So that could help as well. Same here, Anki. I love my garden. I love being outside, but not now. So, and I did all the shading when I designed the stamp. I did all the shading for you. So there's no need to fluff around on that. Okay. I'm just gonna clean up as we go. Clean my brushy. And now we're gonna get into real color. So, hi Diane. Thank you, Anita. Hi Ellen. Ooh, that's not too hot in Canada. Oh yeah, we are over on YouTube. In Belgium, it's about 32 degrees. Same here. Same here. So just a couple of sprinkles. You hardly see it on there. You see, there's hardly any on there. Spritz, spritz, spritz. So that's how you activate the pigment. Blend it all with the water. And then I'm just gonna color. Let's start with this one. Pretty color. Now this is a very fine brush, that definitely helps. And I'm not going to be bothered with shading, etc. That's Anita and that's Marga. But when I only have a limited time, this is the Devid way. So, and I just dabbed off some excess there. So doing the same here. Boom, boom, boom. And dabbing it off. By dabbing it off, you get sort of a texture. Yes, that's that one, Linda. Linda is asking, is this the Sakura brush number 2? Yes, it is. But by dabbing it, you get more texture in it in a way. I love that. You can play with it that way. And Emboss Resist is such a fun and forgiving technique because it helps you to color between the lines. If you're not Devid, that helps. If you're Devid, you still manage to color outside the lines. There we go. Beautiful. I like that color. It's very nice, bright, and see that? Now, since I've got this color on here, I will do this one exactly. Oh, Diane, you're going to love them. Now, in this case, I need to be a bit more careful because I don't want that center to have the same color. So, just quickly, I'm going to color that in. Quite simple, not perfect. Soft finish card I'm using, stamped on the smooth side. And you can see that takes a lot. It's fantastic paper. It is fantastic paper. So, there. I love that effect it gives from dabbing off softly. So you leave some patches on there. I like that. I don't like it to be, in this case, because it's going in that grungy journal, it doesn't need to be perfectly colored. You do you, of course, you do you. If you want to just sit there and relax and just take your time coloring in these stamps, be my guest, of course. And that's also fun. I know you do, Anita. It's the only one you use, right? These stamps are gorgeous. Hi, Dee. So I started cutting today for the retreat. Always fun. The first cuts I made. Paper is sorted. So that's going to be fun. I like this. I like it. I love it. Right, I'm going to leave this on there because I might come back, but I need some... Oh, missed one. Missed one. There we go. Daniel was lucky today. He was working in the air conditioning in the office. Ooh, that wasn't meant to happen. Okay, let's do that again. There we go. This is a green. And really, a little bit goes a long way. I do like these colors. They have a vintage vibe to them. It's a bluish green, which is fine. That matches the paper beautifully. Nice. There's still a piece. There. Pretty, right? I like it. So, dab it off to get the same effect. Look at that. This is really cool. Yeah, I found it, Sylvia, thank you. Now, I need to create a brown, so let's just see what happens if I mix those two together. I get a grayish tone, which is fine. I just want a different tone in that center. There we go. Love it. Okay. Gonna do this one, and then it's just the butterflies. So, oh, wrong color. I am going quickly. I can already see I'm not going to finish it all, because 30 minutes is nothing, right? 30 minutes is nothing. But we're having fun. That's what it's about. There we go. Okay. Butterflies I'm going to keep very simple. Just pink. For now. But they're pretty little butterflies. Just going to do the same. Dab it off. Dab it off. Just give them a bit more of this color in the center. And let that do its thing. Now you see the embossing powder continues to resist. That's just a plastic layer that is on your paper. There we go. That actually gave it a nice shading. Okay, that is that. Now, I just need to give my my little tag some texture. I've also cut out an ATC card, but I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use texture paste for that. Just mix that around a bit. It's gotten thick on me, but still usable. That's the beauty of this paste, the grunge paste. You can add water to it and it reactivates it. Even if it's rock hard, if you do that, it reactivates. I love that about this stuff. Oh, that's turning out a bit pink, which is absolutely fine with me. That's good to hear, Katie. There we go. That's texture on there. Put this in my tub with water. Just clean this off. Quickly gonna dry it all. Just make sure it's dry enough to put in the journal. And of course this needs to be dry. Hi Dorothy, good to see you here. It's even getting hotter here now, Anya. Okay. Now, experiment 2. I'm just going to sprinkle some of this powder over this and over that. Oh, I like that. Very cool. Okay. Clean up my mess. And then it's just a matter of building it up. And I'm going to finish these because it's got 5 minutes left. But hey, hi Didi. Well, send some rain over to the Netherlands as well. Well, we've had enough rain the last couple of weeks, but it's everything, all or nothing here. So this is all nicely color coordinated in a way. Something in the way of my screen. Go away. There. Dry enough. Okay, I'm going to take my scorched timber, which you know I love. I'm going to go around this little tag. It's not completely dry yet, but I'll make it work. I always come in a bit more at the corners just to give it that smoky, grungy look. No, it's pink. It's not blood. It's really pink. Maybe the camera or the color of your phone is a bit off, but it's in real life it's really pink. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this one, and that's going to go on here. So, but where do you put the glue? Well, I'm going to turn that over. Take a pencil of some sort. Just draw a little line, just so I know where to put the glue. Just used it. Between these temperatures. Well, it's very hot and humid here. It rained this morning a tiny bit. But sometimes I think that even makes the humidity worse. Well, not sometimes, it does. Right, let's put that there. Okay, that's on there. And then this, grabbing my thingy now, is going to go here like a pocket. So I'm going to glue down the bottom and just this side. Tiny bit of glue there. And glue that in there. So this side is open, so I can slide things in. Blood splatters all over the place. So that's pretty nice. Okay, this one. What I thought I would do is, this one is going to go on there, hanging off a bit like that. So let's do that. Then I'm going to take the butterfly. I'm just going to glue that down in the center. coming off the page like that. Same with this one. A bit lower. There we go. I like that. Then I need a saying. And I'm going to say dig deep. So everything I'm using is from the In the Garden collection, available at your local store and at Elizabeth Craft Designs, of course. And that's going to go here at the bottom. Thank you, Dorothy. And it's also coming off that tack a bit. So this is a fun little tack that's going to go in there. I'm just going to let it dry for a second. I'll show you the end result in a minute. This one is just going to go on there as is. On this one. Yeah, this one's better. I might just come off a bit. So let's do that. Like so. Then I need a saying again. So once you've colored, it's very quick to finish your project. Smell the roses. Nearly cutting my finger there. Don't do that because these scissors are really sharp. Hi, On. So I'm not going to ink it this time, just to keep it a bit fresher. Smell the roses. Then I'm going to flip it over. I'm just going to follow the line of the tack and trim it off. There's another one. Another tack done. Love the layers in there and the depth. This one, what I'm going to do there is I'm going to cut a tiny little slit in here, just following that line. There we go. And then what I'm doing is I'm sliding this into that bucket. There we go. Cool, right? Now you've got a bucket full of flowers. That's going to go onto this tag. Let's do that right there. And I actually had that in mind when I designed it, Vicky. It's a good day. Because it is. I get to play in my craft room with you guys. So it's a good day. These are journal phrases 6 from the top of my head, not sure. Yep. That's gonna be there. Then I've got the hole reinforcers that need to go on the tag. And I've got another one for the other tag. Put glue on the... oh well, never mind. There we go. So, in just 30 minutes, we did this. Let me just put this away. Throwing everything over. And we've made that little barrel. How fun, right? So this is going to go in here. Still need to decorate this. I will come up with something for that, but I just love this. And then I've got this one that's going to go in here. And this one is going to go behind here, because that was also a pocket that we created. So this is coming together really nicely. I love how this is turning out. Really nice and bright page in my art journal. Cool, right? Little pocket here, and a pocket there. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I sure did. It was water and craft. But yeah, thank you for joining me for Coffee and Craft. And I love to see you for the next one. I don't know when that is from the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure I will be there soon. Thank you for joining me and see you soon. Bye.